I'll call the meeting to order for February 25th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? And if you do come to the microphone, I'm going to repeat it. What we say every week, please say and spell your name. Any public comment online?
No.
Any announcements? Yes.
I do have Chuck Hahn, H-A-H-N. I do have one question. Were you able to follow up on the family transfer exemption that was done on specifically just an affidavit rather than on an application?
I have not, and I don't know if Nicole Brown has talked to legal about that or not.
Yeah.
I don't have an update.
I haven't heard anything either. And I
Are
know
you guys
Yeah.
going to follow up on that?
Yeah, we discussed, I should say, we discussed it with Nicole and she was looking into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there any other public comment? I have a couple things, of course. Just let everybody know, the build grant for Winston Northwest was submitted Monday morning. I don't remember the time frame for us to hear about it, but that was a federal grant that we worked with Great West and MDT for Winston Northwest. So I think it's 3 or 4 months, but it has been submitted. And we were lucky to get a lot of really great letters of support, including Sheehy and Danes and the school and Graymont. So we will see. It's a very, very competitive process. And Commissioner Rickmeyer's not here today. She is in D.C. She is attending NACO meetings, which is the National Association of Counties. She will be back, hopefully back tomorrow, depending on the flights out of D.C. So just want to let you know that. Did you have anything?
I didn't.
Okay.
Nope.
No public comment?
No.
First thing on the agenda is Kevin Bratcher, County Attorney, for a resolution to appoint special deputy county attorneys to assist with prosecution of certain felony cases.
Good morning, Commissioners. County Attorney Kevin Bratcher, B-R-A-T-C-H-E-R. And before you is a resolution to appoint the Attorney General's office, an Assistant Attorney General, to assist with the filing of charges and prosecution of a criminal case, State v. Andrew Anderson. This is with appointing the AG's Office of Special Deputy County Attorneys. They cover their own costs, so there's no additional costs to the county outside what the county would normally spend on any other criminal case.
Thank you for saying that, Kevin, because last time we did one of these, we're so close to it, we deal with it, but I was asked afterward, how are you guys paying for this?
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, so whenever the AG's office, their Prosecution Services Bureau is appointed, we're not paying them for their time. It's a duty that they provide to counties under statute. So the only money that we are spending is what we would be normally spending for any other criminal case.
Okay. And this is for the one specific case.
Correct.
Okay.
And also on the last paragraph of the resolution, it discusses how no fee will be charged for attorney fee, and but any like the witness fees and expenses, transcript costs, jury costs, and other normal costs associated with trial will be the county's responsibility, as with all other prosecutions. So
Sure.
It's money we'd be spending even if the AG's office wasn't helping.
I I don't have any questions.
I didn't either. No, I think it's awesome that they perform this service for us. So
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Is there a motion?
I would move to approve the resolution to appoint special deputy county attorneys to assist with the prosecution of certain felony cases.
I will second that. Is there any public comment? No. Any public comment? There is a motion and a second to approve the resolution for appointment of special deputy county attorneys to assist with prosecution of certain felony cases. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. We can sign this right now, Kevin, and get it back to you.
Okay.
We have a stamp for Lindsay. Do you want us to wait and stamp it when we get back to the office? Or have her sign it tomorrow? I don't know how soon you need this.
Or if y'all just want to give it to Angie.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll just get it from her.
Okay, perfect.
Because otherwise, I don't want to worry about forgetting it or losing it.
So passing it on to
Yeah.
somebody else. Well done, county attorney.
So,
Thank you. One quick reminder too, if you haven't already, please sign in
Oh,
on the
thank
sign-in
you.
sheet in the back for the official record.
Thank you, thank you. Next item on the agenda is monthly report from Broadwater County Treasurer Melissa Franks.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Melissa Franks, RANKS, County Treasurer. Don't have a whole lot to report other than January we balanced. So I've already started on February's balancing, and we'll have that hopefully the first week of March. So, and if all goes well, we'll balance and keep the same dollar amount, and we'll see how that goes with the auditor.
You said it was January balanced?
Yep.
And December was pretty close too, wasn't it?
Yeah, December, trying to think, December I think was 24,000 that I'm still looking for. November is $83.
Okay.
Are there any questions from the public? Any questions here? Anything else?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Melissa.
You bet.
Next item on the agenda is Diane Thorne, Public Health Department and Administrative Assistant.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Diane Thorne, D-I-A-N-E-T-H-O-R-N-E. And I'm here this morning from County Health with the grant applications to Rocky Mountain Development Council for the Homemaker, Respite, and Skilled Nursing programs beginning July 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. These programs help our elderly community members who usually live alone, have one or more illnesses, and have a low income, thus allowing them to remain in their homes and live independently. The Homemaker grant application is for $29,000 in state funds. This amount covers our homemakers' wages, supplies, and our county vehicle maintenance and fuel. Currently, our homemaker is a permanent part-time employee. She provides 1 to 2 hours per week of light housekeeping, shopping, transportation, and meal prep to each client. The respite grant is for $1,333 in federal funds and has a $333 county match requirement. It also covers our caregivers' wages, supplies, county vehicle maintenance and fuel. And our caregiver is the same employee as the homemaker. The program provides 1 to 2 hours per week for clients caring for a family member, and this allows them a break from their duties so that they can go to their own appointments or run errands. The skilled nursing grant request is for $9,000 in state funds. This amount covers our medical assistants' wages and sometimes nurses' wages, supplies, and fuel. With clients' doctor's orders, they can help with medication management, blood pressure checks, and minor wound care. We are asking for your signature on this application and for a letter of support. Any questions?
Is it all one application or are they 3 separate?
There's 3 separate applications.
And the decisions are made separately from Agency on Aging. Yeah, they could approve one and not the other, or whatever, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You need a letter of support for each one of these, or overall, or?
Just one. I
Just one, okay.
sent you, I emailed the letter from last year.
Mhm.
You can, just update it with
Okay.
the current date.
And I believe the Agency on Aging meets in May
May, yes.
to
Yeah.
hear the
Yes.
Yeah.
I
The
believe
grant
it's
application. 21st-ish?
The 21st, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So the deadline for this application, though, is March 27th.
Yeah.
I don't have any other questions.
These are all grants that the county's been involved in before.
Mhm.
It's a very low match involved. I have some questions. Are there any openings for homemaker
There
from the
are.
residents?
Yes, there are. If you know
Okay.
of anyone, please have them reach out to us.
Okay.
Mhm.
I wonder how we can get the word out.
I have flyers that I've put out,
I know.
Facebook.
No.
And that's the one,
suggestions?
you need a referral from the doctor for that, correct?
Just for the skill.
Just for the skills,
Just
okay.
for the skill. The homemaker, the respite, they can just give our office a call and we do the screening, pretty much over the phone, and then go from there.
I'm wondering if there's the newspaper holds a space for us almost every week for an article, even if it's something short, if you and Ruby could write something up.
Mhm.
And if you have any pictures or anything, the newspaper likes that. They do not charge us for that.
Okay.
But even if it was like 250 words,
Okay.
I think that would be a good audience
Mhm.
Mhm.
for this.
Agreed.
Well, just something to think about. I'm not trying to make more work for you guys,
No,
but
that's fine. Any
I do
suggestions?
think the newspaper would help reach that age group.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have any other questions. And I think we can do this all in one motion.
All in one? Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I would move to approve the 2026 to 2027 homemaker grant application in the amount of $29,000, the respite grant application in the amount of $1,333, and the skilled nursing grant application in the amount of $9,000.
Thank you.
I will second that motion. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? You guys do amazing work,
Mhm.
and it's much needed in this community, so thank you. I don't know if you hear that enough, but thank you,
Thank you.
from the residents and everybody that uses all of your services. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the grants for the Public Health Department signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. We're a little ahead of schedule, so I'm just going to, I think I have clean copies.
Yes. There's just the one.
Is there just one
Just
signature?
the one signature on the.
Love that. And just mine.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diane.
All right.
Next item on the agenda is discussion. Ed Schindel, Lois Olson, Tri-County Fire Safe Working Group presentation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Chair and Commissioners. My name is Ed Schindel, Shindoll. I am the Chief for the Broadwater Rural Fire District here in the county, and also Vice President, see, I'm not going to forget, Vice President for the Tri-County Fire Safe Working Group. So we just wanted to come today to let you guys know what we do as far as mitigation for people and fire escape routes or whatever. We try to do it. We get grants and try to help people to get this paid for. So I will let Lois go ahead and explain it more, because she's better at it than I am. I'm just Vice President.
Smart.
I'm Lois Olson, Loisolsen, and I have a couple of packets here. I'd like to give you of our information. I have everything for both of them. It tells a little more information about what kind of information
Thank
we
you.
provide to the public. We've been around since 2015. In fact, Ed was one of the founding members of the group, and one of our main missions is wildfire education for the public. And then we work on private land. So the first thing that we will do, we get grants, and because of those grants, we're able to give people a free home ignition zone assessment anywhere in the 3-county area, Broadwater, Lewis and Clark, and Jefferson. And then if they have property, or even in town, if you have some landscaping work you want to do, we will provide people with a fuel mitigation prescription for free, again, grant funded. And then the final step, if you have property, this would be out of town, but if you have something that you actually want mitigated, when we have grants, we cost share 75% grant funded, 25% homeowner funded. So it's a very good deal when we have it. We have a BLM grant that covers all of the 3-county area. We've only done a handful of projects down here. I'm kind of embarrassed to say which part of why we're here. We'd like to be more active here. We also have a Firewise demonstration garden up at the Montana City Volunteer Fire Department, and we're really proud of that. I am particularly proud of that. This is a picture of one of the beds in the garden and the kind of information that we have there. And as I was coming down, it occurred to me, I've been here since 1980 is when we moved into Helena, and the amount of subdivision development that is happening out in the prairies. So part of what that Firewise demonstration garden does is it's also drought resistant, deer resistant. We have over 150 plants there in the garden. We have a database that has information on every plant that's there, and that's what this one is. The kind of information is everything from growing habits, and this is a Firewise rating system. This is the information from the database. And we feel like it's a really good thing for Montana and for our areas where we just don't have that much moisture. And perhaps people shouldn't be planting bluegrass lawns, and perhaps they should be thinking a different way to landscape. So that's one of the big things that we could help with. If anyone will sign up, be interested. We also participated real actively with the military when they were looking at the limestone hills out here. And I do believe that is going to be a really good grant source for all of us. So the other thing we all need to think about is what kind of grants would Broadwater want to apply for. The way that we work with the other counties is we're kind of their mitigation arm. We have a contract with the county, which with Lewis and Clark, Jefferson, we just have an informal agreement that we can do mitigation work. If you get funding, we can do that mitigation work for you as a contractor. So a lot of different things we can do. There is a grant coming up that's a local government assistance grant, and it's the kind of grant that you can treat evacuation routes with. It's the county would be the pass-through. The grant would come to us unless you wanted to do it differently. This is just what we would like you to do. The grant would come to us. Ed would actually designate evacuation routes where we could use that grant, and then we would contact homeowners along there and see if they were willing to accept a free home assessment from the grant. So that will be coming up, and that, I think when it happens, maybe we would come back and ask if you would be willing to apply for that. And we would do the work of the grant. It's a very simple grant anyway, but you can actually ask for indirect costs as well. That would offset anything that the county has to do to. We would invoice you and then you'd send it back to us. I guess that's kind of it. We just wanted to come down. We do have an invitation to come speak to the Rotary Club. I'm very excited about that. And we would offer our, I mean, we love to give presentations anytime, anywhere for any groups. So, and one last thing, I guess this is the Where's Waldo map, if anybody finds a yard need. So the way that it works is each plant has a number on it, and then on the back sheet, some of them have asterisks. And so if it has an asterisk, we've got a sign on it. So you can figure out what the plants are, because only probably 40 or 50 of them are signed, the most. Then you can figure out what all the plants are. And it's just a nice living example.
Yeah.
And it's open to the deer, unless it's fenced. A few of them are fenced, because the deer would nuke them otherwise. But yeah, so I guess just information, think of us. And if there's anything you feel that we can do for the county, we would love to do it.
When is that grant due? Do you know?
It hasn't been advertised
Okay.
yet. I think March
Okay.
is probably when it'll come out.
And those grants are, we've done one before,
Great.
but not for this.
Okay,
So they are very simple.
yes.
I shouldn't say very simple, but they are simple
Compared to-
other ones, compared to the
Yes.
build grant. You know. So we can actually, I'm very interested in that,
Wonderful.
because I know that the local government grants, we have a process already in place for that. So I will look into that. And 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was here at the Montana. So I walked around here
Oh,
because I got
great.
there early. I was there for a meeting for Bedrock, Big Elk Divide Restoration Committee. So I saw this, but I didn't know who put it on. This was really, really good.
It's really a cool thing.
Yeah, and it was attractive, but also educational. So
Yes.
good job.
Thank you, yes. Well, and
I
if
was
there
just
was any
there.
place down here that one could be developed, if
That's-
those are the kinds of funds we can go after and try to help get it developed, and, you know, they're pretty low maintenance if you do them right, but they still
It looked
take
like
a
it,
minute.
yeah. No, that's just, I wondered who, and I never did ask at the meeting who put that together, so good timing.
Yeah.
You know, I have to ask, what's the fire season prediction? You knew I was going to ask, because that was probably the talk at the MACO conference last week. First of all, elections, and then fire. Danger,
It's gonna be up to individuals, how they take care of stuff,
great answer.
and what Mother Nature has to give us. I mean, if it doesn't rain or anything, there won't be any grass to carry fires. Sure, the forest will be dry, but yeah, we have no idea.
Is the snowpack, because I've heard so many different things about snowpack in
We
this
have
area,
none.
right?
Yeah, we have none here, so. I got maybe 1/4 of an inch of snow last night.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay. It really was probably the second most popular topic, elections and fires, because you got commissioners from all over the state, and everybody was asking. And there was 2 or 4 hours of seminars about disaster relief and all of that. So it was and that's exactly what I heard over and over. So thank you all very, very much.
We'll deal with whatever happens.
Yeah,
That's all we
of
can
course.
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all very much. Next item on the agenda, Nicole Brown, Community Development and Planning Director, Broadwater County Exemption Review Process and Application Amendments.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nicole Brown, Broadwater County Community Development Director. This is a continuation of a meeting from, let me look at my calendar, February 11th, where we talked about the subdivision exemption process and the subdivision exemption application form. There were no tasks from that meeting or requested amendments coming from this governing body to myself to make amendments, so I have not made any. You are free to adopt these processes in this application form today, or you can table it. But I really have nothing new to add. This was just a continuation of that meeting, just to ensure the public had ample time to participate and comment on the documents.
And where, or are we under a deadline to do this, to approve it?
Madam Chair, no, you are not.
I think the more discussion and the more input we receive amongst ourselves and the public, the better. I did not bring my book.
Madam Chair, can I also add, I
Please.
have the public hearing scheduled for the subdivision regulation amendments March 25th, exactly 1 month from today, at 10:05 a.m. And those legal notices have been sent to the paper. So if you wanted to wait until that time, you could. But really, there's no, you're under no time restriction to adopt them now.
Right. And even on that day, we don't have to.
Absolutely not.
But good, I forgot that there was going to be a public hearing, so that will be good. Did you have any questions or comments?
No. I mean, having helped draft the forms, I'm pretty familiar with them. I would personally, if we're going to adopt them, I would rather them be adopted before the 25th so that we can make the suggestions to the subdivision regulations that this is going to affect at the 25th meeting. Not that it has to be, but that would be my preference, just so that it's hard to amend the regulations prior to these being adopted because they affect it so much. But I'm fine. I mean, we don't need to adopt them today. We can, yeah.
And I certainly don't want to do that without Commissioner Rickmeyer. And she's not attending online, so.
Certainly.
I don't have any other questions. Is there any public comment? Questions for Nicole? Chuck.
Chuck Hahn, H-A-H-N. I apologize a bit because my hearing is getting down.
Oh, I apologize. And my voice is really bad today.
Not watching lips. But if I understood correctly, what you're considering here are the 3 documents that were published with the agenda today. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So where did those documents originate from?
Madam Chair. So Nicole and I kind of sat down along with Megan Bullock, our county sanitarian, and kind of put our heads together to come up with them. We used we looked at all the different counties, not all the counties, but some of the surrounding counties. We found some guiding documents from Great West Engineering that we kind of mirrored a lot of what they require, what they have in place, because they are contract planners for many different counties throughout the state. And so we used some of their documents to kind of help guide these. So that's kind of where but it was a collaborative effort.
I guess this probably isn't the point or the time for comment on it, but
Yes.
to me, looking at the documents that were published, they don't seem to go nearly far enough in outlining what needs to be, especially with the family transfer exemptions. I almost believe that there should be separate documents, separate applications for the various exemptions, the family transfer, agricultural, mortgage, boundary relocations, because by the new laws, 76-3-207, the changes that have been made in 2025 legislature have mandated, for one thing, the family transfer affidavit, which takes away the ability of the commission to ask applicant to come forward and testify before them. So you need an application that is very specific in questions that are asked, because part of that new law states that you need to have documented evidence, and it also goes into the definition of documented evidence as being written evidence, not verbal or anything like that. So to me, these really need to be looked at, because these are your form. You're saying this is the process that you're going to use. But when you come up with that application, I think you need to also publish what that application is going to be prior to, so that it can be commented on as well, and the questions that are on it. But the current application that you're using, that it still would be the one that's necessary to be used, has a fair amount of questions on it. But when you look at the criteria that's listed in the most current family transfer exemption procedure, and you look at those bullet points under number 9, you probably don't have it in front of you, but it lists some fairly specific things that will go out there to throw up red flags as if it is an invasion of the subdivision process. And I've got quite a bit more. I will definitely write a longer letter and
please.
send it to the commissioners so that you can look at what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, we welcome any public comment or ideas, suggestions.
Yeah, because
And now's the time to do
at
it.
this point, any family transfer exemption still needs to follow the old procedure with the application, not
Correct.
just with the affidavit.
Correct. And going forward, what's posted online, they will still have the application that's posted online where they fill out, which makes them, or it has them put like where the property is, who it is, and then they would go through to the family transfer portion and then have to attach the affidavit with it.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
At least what I'm seeing is the current affidavit is the one that's been filed previously to the end of January, because I think the end of January was the first time I saw a family transfer exemption that just used the affidavit.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. Nicole, did you want to respond to any of that, or?
Madam Chair, thank you for the opportunity, but I think I would prefer to see something,
Absolutely.
not necessarily in writing, but writing would be helpful
Mhm.
in order to better capture what it is that Mr. Hahn is hoping to see in this application. I understand that he wants more, but I would like to know what
Yeah.
his idea of more might be. Does that make
Okay.
sense, what
Yeah.
I'm requesting?
Yeah.
I'd like to just add to that too. We are very limited through MCA
Yeah.
what we can review a family transfer for.
Very.
There's not a lot of guidance, and I mean, there's a lot of things that people want us to review for that. If we were to deny a family transfer for that, we would be liable to be sued by the petitioner for denying it wrongfully. So our hands are kind of tied by MCA of what we can and cannot ask for.
This conversation will continue.
Perfect.
Can I make one more?
Of course.
Again, Hahn, H-A-H-N. I agree with you, Jesse, that there are certain things in MCA that do restrict you, but I would suggest that really they give you a lot more leeway than they do give restrictions. That you can put the restrictions on here at the county level as long as they don't conflict with the state law. And that's what other counties are seeing too. When I read about the process of family transfer exemption in Gallatin County, Ravalli County, those various counties, they have, especially Gallatin County, is pushing that envelope because they're saying that, we're not getting a lot of guidance, but we're not also getting a lot of limitations. And so what Gallatin County has said is we're going to put limitations in there until the state comes back and says that we can't do it. So I think that's what we need to do here. You guys are on the forefront of this. Family transfer exemptions, exempt wells, big issue everywhere in the state of Montana. And I think you guys need to be able to say, okay, this is how we're going to set it. Because I know you have the risk of litigation, but you have it from either side. So it's not just the one side. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? We will not be making a decision today, and we will keep this on the agenda.
Madam Chair, can I ask a quick follow-up question?
You may.
Also, I hope you get to watch some really great college basketball tonight.
If nobody knows, she's wearing a Duke sweatshirt.
Madam Chair.
So if you've seen me smirk, I apologize. But I think we all know how I feel about that.
I also
And
think
she
I
did it on
may need
purpose.
to take the rest of the day off.
Look at your
License plate, yeah.
She did that on purpose, so we all
I
have to have a
absolutely
little
did that
fun.
on purpose. Madam Chair, will this be on next week's agenda, do you believe? Or would you prefer to wait 2 weeks? Or should we just stay tuned? I just want to be sure that you're not expecting any edits from me at this time, or you're not requesting any edits from me at this time for me to be presenting prior to next week. Or if you are, that's great too. I would just like to know what your expectation is.
I think we have it on the 11th.
Okay.
We can, are you good with that?
I'm fine.
Sorry,
That's
the
still,
microphone. I tell everybody else to get to the microphone.
yeah, that would give us 2 weeks.
And I may not be able to attend the March 18th agenda, or commission meeting.
It pushes it a little, if we,
Yeah.
if it's not approved on the 11th, it pushes it tight to get it done before the 25th, before the public hearing. But as we said earlier, we're not really under any strict schedule to get everything approved. So
Okay.
I can go either way with it.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that.
As of right now, it is not on the agenda on the 4th. We can change that.
Okay.
We can change that by Friday afternoon, or actually Monday morning, if we want to.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. All right. That is all. Thank you.
Bye-bye. That's the first time in 5 years she's done that. I've been waiting for it, but I did not know it was going to be at a commission meeting. Next item on the agenda is discussion decision Northwestern Energy quote for Townsend Airport hangars cutting into direct buried primary and installing new junction can for future hangars. That's a long, wow, we didn't need to make that long. Adam McDonald is chairperson of the airport board. And I asked him just to present this. This is pretty simple. Airport board's been working on this for a while.
Thank you, Adam McDonald, Chairman of the Airport Board. May I show you a map of the, I don't have copies for everyone, I apologize.
You do.
But really the best way to see this is with a map. So this is the, let me get this one right here. So this is north. This area right here, we just added this entire ramp area and we added this taxiway. These were the existing, these are existing hangars. The hangars in blue are not yet built. Those are, or I guess there's some other ones in blue, but these are all not built yet. Right now, we have power to everything. We have a junction box right here where I put that little circle. That is enough to power all these future hangars. We don't have power to go to these hangars. Right now we have a lease that we just signed March 24. Sorry, I'll get on.
Yeah.
So lot 24 is leased out right now, so we expect that to be built in the next 180 days. So we have two options before us. We got a quote from Northwest Energy. It's $4,717 to, they have cut into the buried line primary and install a new junction can. And again, that is to be right there in front of what we're calling the south row of hangars. So our two options are these. We either pay for that $4,700 to install that new, I call it a can, I don't know what the appropriate name is. Junction can, that's what they call it. So we can either pay for that, and then as hangars get built, it would be the airport board's proposal that each hangar owner or lessee then pays to tap into that line. The other option is we don't pay to have that box installed, and we leave it up to the lessees. That gets a little bit messier, although it may, I mean, it's up to you guys if you think it's our responsibility or not, but it's just a little bit messier because what would happen is the first hangar to be built would incur that cost. And so then the subsequent, is it a half a dozen hangars or something like that? It would be up to the lessees to figure that out on what's fair. So in other words, the first person would pay the $4,700, and then it would be up to them to split that cost with subsequent hangar owners, which might be spread out over years. So you might have a hangar or two built in 26, you might have a couple more in 27, who knows, as they fill up. It's the airport board's position that we should cover the cost of the initial junction box, and then each hangar owner it's up to them to step off of that.
Sure.
So pretty straightforward issue.
And the airport board did make that recommendation last
Yes.
week. Yeah, last week in their meeting. I think it makes the most sense to
Yeah,
do it.
I agree. I think doing it the other way is going to get messy.
Mhm.
It's messy for the lessees for
Yes,
sure.
yeah.
And these funds would come out of the airport board budget. Is that correct?
I believe that's what we agreed to. I apologize, I didn't make copies.
No,
you're
we're
fine.
good.
You're fine.
Keep looking at them.
No, you're fine.
I got a copy. I don't have any other questions.
I don't. That seems pretty straightforward. I think
The
that's-
airport board's done a lot of work on this
Yeah.
and worked with Northwestern Energy and
Mhm.
just got it all ironed out, basically.
Good, thank you.
Is there a motion?
I would move to approve the Northwest Energy quote for the Townsend Airport hangars, cutting into direct buried primary and installing a new junction can for future hangars.
I will second that motion. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? There's a motion and a second to approve the airport, Northwestern Energy quote for the Townsend Airport. All those in
To
fa-
clarify, for
Oh, sorry, thank you.
$4,717.
Thank you, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Adam, I'll give this back to you. Or should we get this to Northwestern Energy? I don't know. what
I'm in
the arrangement-
contact with Northwest Energy.
Okay.
but,
Sean,
Sean and
Yeah.
and Linda is the engineer that quoted it. I can
okay.
give that back to them if you'd like.
Yeah, that's fine. Just CC me on it or give me a final
Absolutely.
copy. Okay, thank you. I know you've done a lot of work on that. That is the last item on the agenda. We do have just a couple claims to approve or to look at. The first one is payroll, $275,889.95.
95 cents?
95. The second one is $249,999.16. And that is so large because part of it is for the airport improvements. That is covered by grant money. The last one is $30,385.94.
I would move to approve the claims in said amounts.
I will second that motion. Is there any public comment on the claims? Any public comment on the claims? There's a motion and a second to approve the 3 claims as stated. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. That's all we have for today.
Yep.
We will have a commission meeting next Wednesday. We will adjourn at 10:45.